many at-bats do you get in your sales office every month? If it's less than one per day, you need to listen to what my guest today has to say. This is Run a Profitable Gym, and I'm Mike Warkentin. Please hit subscribe right now so you don't miss a show. Ivan Racic owns CrossFit XV in Croatia. He made 2 of our 3 marketing leaderboards for July. Set rate, that's the number of people who book an appointment to talk to you at your gym about your services. Show rate, that's the number of people who show up to those appointments. It's never 100%. Close rate, that's the other leaderboard. That's how many people show up and then buy. Ivan made 2 of 3, and he's going to work his way onto the 3rd one in the next couple of months, I'm sure. So we're going to talk about that today and help you book more appointments at your gym. Ivan, welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Good to be here, Mike.
I am pumped to talk to you. I know that you're on a fitness retreat and you're taking an hour out of your day to speak to us about this. So let's get right into it. You booked 48 appointments in July, which is a huge number. So where did these people come from and how did you get so many of them?
Well, we started running Facebook lead ads over the summer. It was like our idea was to try to see, can we bring in people during the summer months where usually everything is much slower, especially in our town in Split, Croatia, where a lot of our members are working in the tourism sector. Tourist season is like the main source of revenue for a lot of folks. So usually we have a dip in the numbers of members. We went and kind of accepted it as a normal thing for years. We were like, okay, we're going to take like a little break during the summer. The coaches are going to kind of relax, whatever. Like, obviously we're still working, but like we accepted that kind of status quo, like summer, that's how it is. So with our mentor, Taryn, for the first time, we decided, okay, let's try something. Let's try to run ads. So, ads kind of blew off amazingly. And one super important thing that happened with the ads, we hired a CSM, like customer service manager, customer success manager. And we had a person that's dedicated, among other things that she's doing, to calling the leads as fast as possible. So obviously, that's probably the main reason why we were so successful during this 2 months of summer. So yeah, I would definitely attribute that number to ads running amazingly, which is also a benefit from 2 great mentor, Colm O'Reilly. They help us a lot setting up the ads. And our CSM, the person that we trained for that role, that kind of took off for running, like she kind of got a grasp of it immediately and it started working amazingly for us.
Wow. Do you know how much offhand that you spent on ads per day, a rough number?
Not much. Like comparing looking at what some people spend, like it was surprisingly low. We started with $10 per day. Yeah. We were getting so many leads that we kind of decided to drop that number to 5 because it was kind of challenging for her to call so many people per day. So basically it was like, let's say $200 per month in July and in August.
Okay. And how dramatically did your leads increase as a result of that? Like, what did you get before you started running ads?
It was unbelievable. Like we could not, we literally could not believe it. Like we were getting, mostly people like referrals, people that, talk with the people in the gym. So, maybe 10 leads per month. Some people, we use gym lead machines. So there's a lot of leads clicking on the pricing info on our page. So maybe in total, there'll be like 20 leads. That was kind of like our usual average number. So now to get like 150 contacts, to people to call, all of a sudden, like it was crazy. Obviously, all those people don't answer, and that's normal and stuff. But we definitely had like a huge pool of people to contact, and we started calling them for the first time. Before we did not do that because we actually had our GM do that sometimes. We know it's important to call leads, but with so many things that you do, it was not easy to follow every advice, even though we believed it's important. So now when we had this person that's dedicated just for that, like it was like investment in her salary and ads that paid off multiple times.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. You said investment. So beyond, like you have tracked your metrics and you know that these ads bring in more money than they cost you, correct?
Yeah, yes, correct. Because the people that buy from us, they go through our intro process. So they spend, usually in the first month, they spend 280 euros.
Yep.
So if one person spent 280 euros in the first month and we spend, let's say, a little bit less than 200 euro in the whole month for the ads, obviously, like one person is kind of paying it off, and we signed up for way more than one person. So yes, it's paid off. Yeah.
Okay. And that's an important one because a lot of people, they don't understand ad numbers and metrics, and they think, oh, I'm spending money and wasting it, or they don't track the numbers to know exactly how much return on investment they're getting. If you actually run the numbers, you can see beyond a shadow of a doubt that this cost that it takes to get the client is more than paid off by the front end revenue and the downstream revenue. We have spreadsheets for clients that actually you just plug in the numbers and you know that you're making money as a result of these ads. So you're not wasting stuff. So that's an important one. Before we go further, I'm going to ask you how you got these people show up, but just give us the basic rundown. What do you sell at your gym? Is it a standard CrossFit gym, or what kind of stuff are you doing there? What's the quick summary of CrossFit XV?
So we are a CrossFit affiliate that does the group and private training. Before working with Two Brain, we were just doing group training.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Two Brain, we basically started with a PT service in the gym, and now the PT is becoming slowly like 50% of the revenue. So
50 or 15?
50, like group is 50% and PT is group 50%.
You're kidding. That's incredible.
That completely changed our whole system.
Wow.
And the most of our PTs are coming from the intro process we started developing when we started working with Two Brain. That starts with the NSI, no sweat intro talk, consultation talk, goes into 8 PTs in the first month. So everybody does like a basic CrossFit, but in a one-on-one setting, which starts with package of 8 PTs. Mm-hmm. Then in the second month, it's kind of like a hybrid. They can go into a group if they want, but they also have another additional 4 PTs. They start the week with a PT where the coach helps them set up their group training. They're, okay, if you're going to come on Wednesday, this is what's going to happen. This is how you can scale this workout. So there's a lot of conversation and talks with the coach, trying to help the new members, learn the movements and love the CrossFit. And then in the third month, they can continue just with the group if they want. So that's the process that everybody goes through. Mm-hmm. And in that second month, those 4 PTs are kind of more advanced movement, like, Olympic lifting or something that's a little bit more challenging. And the first month, 8 PTs is just like basic movements that we do in CrossFit. So group CrossFit training and intra-process PT.
Has your revenue increased since you added that PT stream? I'm going to guess the answer is yes.
Yes, like our revenue, I just talked with a person here at the Fitness Holiday about this. Our revenue, our profit these last 2 months was same as our average revenue before Two Brain.
Your profit was?
That's insane number. And revenue increase maybe almost close to three times.
Wow.
Average revenue right now, this year, is more than 3 times the average revenue before Two Brain.
So you're getting a return on your investment in mentorship, I'd say.
Yes, and like you said, it was a challenging for me also in the past to think about the money I'm going to invest in Two Brain, the money I'm going to invest in ads. Like I was also the person that was seeing it. I can't spend $100. I was like, I don't want to waste $100. Yep. So constantly that mindset, is preventing you from actually trying anything. You're constantly in the same boat. And now when you try something and it works, it kind of develops that strength and different mindset that, like you need to spend money, obviously, but it can, when you see that it's possible to have a huge return, it opens up your mindset for another future investments.
I love it. And I love that you're tracking those numbers, because if you don't track the data, you have no idea how to make decisions. So you got 48 people to book appointments. That's a great number. You had 30 people show up, and that's a struggle, because I remember when I ran a lot of ads, I got a huge number of leads, a lot of appointments, and then very few people showed up. I struggled with that aspect of it, but you made our leaderboard and got 30 of 48 to show up. So how did you do that? You hinted about a little bit with the CSM and some of the calling and so forth, but is that the main thing that got people to show up at the gym?
That's a part of it. We struggle with that number as well. So we develop a system together with our mentor and also other mentors from Two Brain, watching office hours, picking up on advices, trying things. we use lead machines, so we have all the automation set up. People get reminders, emails. You have a meeting in a day, you have a meeting in an hour, and some people respond to that. Some people think it's funny, like getting so many emails, and they answer. But that alone did not work as good as we wanted it to work. So we developed, before we hired a CSM, we developed a system where the coach is going to send a message. The person leading the NSI is going to send a message to the client coming. Hey, I'm leaving the house to come and meet you. If you need anything, this is my number. If you're having struggle finding a location, so like it's a little trick that makes a person be like, oh my God, like this person is now leaving the house to meet me there. So if they cannot come, they're maybe a little bit more, likely to respond and say, oh, I can't come today or whatever.
No social pressure. I like it.
The social pressure that worked really, really well for us.
Good.
And then with the CSM, together with our mentor, Taryn, we developed a list of tasks for the CSM. And one of the tasks is to confirm upcoming tomorrow NSI. So we have automations from GLM. We have a person running the NSI sending a personal message, and that message is a copy-paste message. It's something that they just send all the time. Okay. So it's not like they need to be writing the message every time. It's like saved in their phone. So they just forward it every time that they have an NSI. And the CSM, going through her checklist of tasks and through her daily tasks, sees like confirm upcoming NSIs for tomorrow. So she's also the one that contacting people saying, hey, you remember you have an NSI. So it sounds like a lot of work and it sounds like a huge process. And probably it is for some folks. Like if you're a one-man show, it would probably be really hard to take care of all of these things. But we saw a huge difference when we started doing all these things and in the past when we did not do these things. So obviously, this number is pretty good now. Great. Obviously, we made a leaderboard. But before it was not like that. And we were also being very upset about it. You come there and like nobody shows up and you're really upset, especially, our people that run NSIs were fired up. They wanted, to help people. They wanted to help the gym, have people sign up. And then you just kind of wait and nobody answers on the phone. Nobody answers on text message. Kind of sucks, So yeah, it was very important for us to fix this.
So your client success manager, is that a cost or is that an investment? It sounds like she's doing a great job. Or was it a she or he?
It's a she.
Yeah, was she doing a great job?
It's also an investment, and it's one of our members. So that was also kind of like a funny story. This year we were running a intramural open for the first time, and she was one of the captains. And I noticed that she's like doing a great job animating people, working, going out of her way to make everybody feel welcome. And I was like, this person could be a good CSM. Like it was just like it was kind of obvious. And we were at the point where our GM had a lot of tasks on her plate, and calling leads was one of them that she could not keep track of. And I kind of wanted to make her life easier. So I started thinking about, hiring a CSM. And again, my mentor, Taryn, helped me a lot, developing a plan, like how much does this role cost? How much should you pay a CSM? What can she do? Because at that moment, we were not running the ads. So now I'm thinking, is there going to be something for her to do? Like you're not sure, like what is she going to do every day? Like there's going to be days where she's going to be having a lot of tasks, but then there's going to be days where she won't do anything. But obviously, when we started getting so many leads, she's calling now basically all the time. So that's one of her main tasks. But yeah, I would not be able to do this without the help of my mentor.
And does your CSM, does she also have retention duties to keep your clients longer?
Yes. So
nice.
As the daily task, weekly tasks, and monthly tasks, daily tasks are calling leads as fast as possible, checking emails and messages 2 times a day, 1 time in the morning, 1 time at night. So she, responds quickly to everything that's going on. That helped me a lot before I was doing all the answering on the social media or emails. So it completely freed up a lot of my time. For example, now I'm on a fitness retreat here and I see messages coming in. Before I'll be like, stressing, I need to answer this. Some of the messages are kind of urgent, something that needs to be responded quickly. If a lead is asking certain information about a appointment coming up in a few hours, and now I know I can relax and it's going to be taken care of. And she also has a retention task to call members that did not show up at the group training for 2 weeks. So she sends them a message: "What's going on? How are you? We miss you." All the checklists that we developed with Taryn, and it's working phenomenally so far for us.
How many hours a week does she work? Do you know offhand?
Yes, I know. We have a timesheet that she kind of clocks her hours. So right now it's about hour. It's between hour and 30 per day. So ends up, like just 5. She works from Monday to Saturday. She does not work on Sunday. So like, between 6 to 7 hours per week.
So 6 to 7 hours per week, you're paying a client success manager who is improving your retention, contacting leads faster, getting leads to book appointments and show up for appointments at which they buy high value services. This sounds like a hugely leverageable position that's just gives you a huge return on investment.
It's amazing. And I know she's going to be watching this, and she's going to ask for a raise now when she sees her. And I mean, it's been going amazing for us. She fit into this role perfectly, and now we are kind of developing her for other roles, for her to start leading NSIs as well, that she can make even more money. She just finished the CrossFit Level 1 seminar a few months ago, so she's going to start doing PTs on her own. So we're slowly adding this person up to become possibly like a full-time member of the team, Nice. and it's like a perfect scenario, like slowly kind of building her role towards a super important part of the stuff.
I love it. How fast do you respond to leads? Do you know, is it within 24 hours or less?
Definitely, it's inside 24 hours. Like I will love it if we can respond even faster, like Dubreuil and everybody is advising. But right now, she checks the messages and everything in the morning and at night. So yeah, I told her, like, if you see somebody at night and coming in, like, I don't know, 9, 10, I don't care. Yeah, definitely you can call them. No worries. So she had also a couple of situations like that where somebody was filling out a lead ad form at, I don't know, midnight or close to midnight. And then she was like thinking, should she do it or no? And she called the person and said, like, hey, I was awake. I was thinking, if you're crazy enough to leave at midnight and I'm crazy enough to be here and read this, like, why not call each other? And immediately kind of break the ice, and it worked, So she has a tact to react in a situation. So yeah, a great addition. Yeah.
Oh, is that ever neat? And the speed to response, listeners, is one of the most important things in marketing. If you respond to leads fast, you will get more clients than your competition, guaranteed. Speed of response is huge. It's maybe not reasonable to do it within 5 minutes or under an hour for everybody because we're all busy. We have tons of tasks, but within 24 hours would be an amazing goal to hit. If it's a week, you've lost that person. Get it done faster, as fast as you can. Your ads, I want to ask you a quick question about your ads. What is your main hook there? What are you asking people to do when they see your ad?
Just to leave their information. Like our ideal client are women between 45 and 50 years old, like working moms that have been working their whole life and taking care of kids and everybody except themselves, and now they just basically want to get their life back. So we are targeting that population and basically just asking for them to leave their info and contact, and somebody's going to call them under 24 hours. That's it. We use every advice from Dubreuil, from Colm O'Reilly, from the marketing section of the toolkit. We just basically copied all the copy, asked for that, and translated in Croatian, made it make sense for us. There's a couple of pictures that we use from our gym that are similar, like the ones that Dubreuil advises. And yeah, it just kind of worked really, really. It took off immediately, and we couldn't not track so many leads, so we decreased the spend. How good that worked. In the past, we also had times when we run lead ads, but the feeling was that the leads are not qualified, that the leads are not good. It was that kind of feeling like that people will be coming into the gym not knowing anything that we do. But the main difference was the CSM role, because we would just send a message, hey, book an NSI, and they would do it and then come. But now she calls them and talks a little bit about them, ask a couple of questions before they come to kind of check and a little bit qualify them. Is this something that you're looking for and stuff like that, when she explains them the process and everything. And this works much, much better.
Okay. So let's talk about that third step. What will it take for you to get on the close leaderboard the next time we run it? What are you going to do in that sales office?
Well, to be honest, this is not something I'm looking into right now. It sounds kind of counterproductive. Obviously, I want to improve my close rate. 40% is not that great, but we are signing in more than 10 people per month, which is a number we develop with our mentor in our annual plan. So we are reaching our goals. We are reaching our financial goals in our annual plan of new signups. And so I'm not too worried right now with that. I have other things that I need to worry about also to develop with my mentor. There are some things that are asking for more of my attention currently. So that's the beauty of the mentorship. Yeah, I would like to improve close rate. I would like to improve other things. I would like to add nutrition. I would like to do so many things. And this is not a priority right now, but it definitely will be a priority at a certain point. And the way I see we can improve the close rate, when we start training the CSM to run NSIs, we're going to have 3 people running NSIs. We're going to be tracking who is the best among them, who is having the best close rate. And then we're just going to do sales role play training. The person that's doing the best is going to give advices to the other 2 and go through certain scenarios from the people that did not buy. What was the objection, or vice versa, when she overcome a certain objection in a good way. And yeah, just go through more training.
Yeah, so that's a great plan, right? And you don't have to do it right away because you're accomplishing your goals right now. So you know when you need to, this is the plan you put in place. But the essence of it is just training your people to find out who is the best salesperson, then putting that person in as many spots as they can to close those sales, which, like right now, you said you don't need. You said you tripled revenue, was it?
Yes.
So you don't, right now you're doing okay. You got other stuff.
Yeah, but this was like a huge, this was like, I mean, I've been with Dubreuil now, I think it's going to be 3 years now in a month. So obviously, 3 years ago and now, I expected things to go much better with the help of, so many good people at Dubreuil. So it was like a process. It didn't start like immediately, but like we are slowly building up. And now the average shows that it's a triple revenue averages from this year and averages from before Dubreuil, triple the revenue. And especially the net owner benefit during the summer months was the best ever in July, and then best ever in August. So like we beat our record in July and then again beat the record in August. So having the best net owner benefit in the summer months, where before we were just kind of like, let's wait for the, October. Mm-hmm. It was just amazing.
Oh, is Europe like it is over here in North America, where summer are kind of dead months for fitness? Is that what it is there too?
Yes, and especially I had a feeling, especially in my town, but I was wrong. So I admit we were wrong. we can run a successful business during the summer too, and it's going to be interesting to see the averages at the end of the year. Because I was accounting in our annual plan, I was at the beginning of the year, I was accounting for a summer drop. So I did not expect this. Mm-hmm. So like I was thinking, we need to make more money during the winter to overcome the summer. Mm-hmm. And now with the winter months coming up, it could be an interesting, good year for us.
Oh, I'm happy about that. So going forward for the next few months, is the plan just business as usual, where you're going to keep running these same ads more or less and just keep the same process going, or are you making any adjustments to it?
I'm planning, Dubreuil has an office hours on pay marketing, I think in 2 weeks. I'm planning to attend and get on a call and see what Colm thinks about our ads going so far, because, I don't want it to kind of have that stale feeling. This ad has been running it's going to be like 3 months now, and it's going to be probably the pool of people that saw the ads is going to be like now, shrinking. Maybe our city is not super big. It's like 200,000 people. So maybe all of those women have now sewn head. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how it works. So I have a feeling that I need to have him check this, either through that call or through a private call with him. And just ask for advice, definitely so far I'm going to keep it the way it is because we're still getting in leads. But I have a feeling that I have a conversation with Colm to check if this is everything going as it should.
Okay. So Ivan's laid out the process here, and it's essentially you work with your mentor to find out exactly what you need to do to grow your business. The mentor will point you to tools in our toolkit. In this case, it was these ads, this copy, run this stuff. And then to back that up, we've got regular calls with that mentor, but also regular office hours. So every Wednesday, we have one of our experts on staff, or even outsiders will come in and teach you specific things, how to sell better, how to run better ads, how to start a nutrition program. So these office hours are free to clients. They happen all the time every Wednesday, and they're a great asset. And then from there, you can book specialty calls with Colm O'Reilly and other people like that who will help you figure out specific things and ensure you're getting the results that you want. The key thing on everything, track your metrics. If you do that, you will find out that you are getting a return on your investment. You're not wasting or just spending money. You're actually using it to make additional money. Could you have figured all this stuff out on your own without a mentor?
No. Short answer, no, maybe. Longer answer, maybe.
Eventually,
Eventually, it would take me forever. Like I've been having my gym for next year is going to be 10 years. So a lot of years in the business. And before Dubreuil, the feeling was, you're just kind of hoping like, okay, now it's going to slowly get better. Like, okay, now I'm just repaying the debt. Now I'm investing in equipment, but after I do that, it's going to get better. So it's kind of waiting for it to get better. And you have a certain reason and excuses. Why is it not getting better? Well, it's normal. It takes some time, but everything kind of started rolling so much quickly with the help of a mentor that already went through that. When you have so much experience on the team, not only from your mentor, but also from the Facebook group with all the owners and mentors of Dubreuil. It's such an easy way to get a quick advice and to try it, and also to get support. Sometimes you're going through rough patches or bad deals and everything. It's a life of owner, and it's so much, so nicer to have somebody there to show support and to share your story, to know that somebody's going to understand. So I definitely don't think we would be able to do this without a mentor.
I'm so happy for your success, and it was so cool to see you on those leaderboards. I can't wait to see what you do when the next leaderboards come out for net order benefit and things like that, because it sounds like you have some great things happening. I'm going to let you get back to your fitness retreat. Thank you so much for taking your time to spend with us and share with gym owners how you did all this stuff. Thanks, Ivan.
Thank you so much. See ya.
That was Ivan Racic, and this is Run a Profitable Gym. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit subscribe on the way out the door so you don't miss a show.